Hey there, Matt Walsh from Academy Home Buyers and also eXp Realty in Virginia Beach. Today I want to talk about something that's come in my business a little bit lately, and that is rental properties and people selling them, right? So rentals are great. I love rentals. I love passive income. I love the fact that other people are paying my mortgage. That's a good thing, right? But in today's market, you see prices are going up and going up and going up. And I've seen a number of people, a number of landlords saying, you know what? I don't want to be bothered as a landlord anymore. Let me take advantage of all the appreciation I've made and I'm going to sell my house, my rental property. Okay? And that is a good idea for most people, except if you have a tenant in place and the values have gone up too much. What do I mean? I'm going to go through a deal that I offered on this week, and the guy came back with a nasty email, and I'm offended by your offer, and well, it's just math, okay? I don't know what to tell you. So I'm going to keep the address off. I don't want to, blow him up, but on one note, it's just math. If someone offers you a price on your home that you don't like, just turn it down. No big deal, all right? Just like direct mail. I get all these hate calls from direct mail. Stop sending me stuff. Just throw it out. I throw yours out, throw mine out. Okay, so what is the deal with rental properties? We get into it. If you are an investor, you want to try to get at least $100 per month per door cash flow. Okay, so if you have a single family house, after you've paid your mortgage, after you've paid your taxes, after you've put your money aside for maintenance, and vacancy and capital expenditures, there should be at least $100 left in your pocket. That's profit, right? We're not doing this for the fun of it. We're not investing in rental properties. We're not providing homes for people that otherwise could not buy a home. Okay, we're not doing that for the fun of it. We're looking to make some money, and $100 is a bare minimum. So if you have a duplex, you should be making $200. A triplex, you should be making at least $300 a month cash flow. If you are not doing that, then you are not only not making money, but you're on the edge of losing money. Because if all of a sudden your capex is a little bit higher than you'd planned on, okay, you have maintenance costs that are a little bit higher than you planned on, all of a sudden that $100 a month, which is $1,200 a year, can disappear like that. And now you're coming out of pocket. And that's not what we want. Additionally, now, especially now lately, if you want to get an investment property loan, not on your primary residence, but a loan to buy your investment property, you typically need at least 25% down. That's what lenders like. So if you're buying a $100,000 property, they want you to come to the table with at least $25,000 in cash. Okay, so let's take those as judicial notice of things that are fact, right? That you need 25% down most cases, and you should have some equity in there, and you want to make $100 a door, $100 free cash flow per month per door. Okay, so we have this house here. It was in Chesapeake. It's actually a townhouse, if I remember right, and a nice looking house. So I went and he called me from a direct mail, and I went and I comped the property as an agent and as an investor. So I looked and I found 4 comps. It was actually a pretty easy one to comp because it was in a complex, and there's been a number of sales this year, so it worked out well. So I've got a very nicely updated property that sold for $212,000. A decent one that sold for $211,000. Then there was a super nice updated, nice countertops, nice bathrooms that sold for like $227,000. That was, in pristine condition. And then there was another one, so livable, move-in condition, no issues, and that sold for $215,000, right? So I came in together and I said, all right, the ARV, the after repair value of this property is probably about $215,000, right? Then he told me that it needs a new roof, and the tenant's been in there for 10 years, and they haven't done anything to update it. But he said the tenant's taking care of the place. But it's been lived in, and there's been no updates for at least 10 or 11 years, and the roof is on its last legs. So I estimated bare minimum $15,000 in repairs to bring it up to par. So I told him, I said, if you were going to sell this place as a vacant property, I would list it for about $200,000. See if we can get some people to bump up. But I think if we listed it for $199,000 or $200,000, we would get some good showings, and people would come in and buy it. without doing any work, without putting 15 grand in, right? We'll try to go up a little higher. But, as a property that is lived in by a tenant, a long-term tenant, we have to take account into the rent and take the rent into account. And the rent is $1,250. Okay, market rent for the area is about $1,350 to $1,400. So not a whole lot of a difference here. That adds up, but not enough to make a difference here. So the monthly rent is about $1,250. Okay, in order to get some cash flow, we need a mortgage of about $583 a month. So he starts, he's like, no, I want, it's worth like $200,000. We should sell it for $200,000, right? So let's go to our trusty, Brett Whistle. Okay, so let's just say we have a purchase price of $200,000, right? So then we want 25% down. So our principal is going to be $150,000, right? Right now we're looking at probably about 5% for an investment loan. Okay, we're looking at a payment of $805. $805 a month for your principal and interest. Okay, so let's go over here. So what happens if we put in $805? $805. Your negative cash flow. You're losing $1,160 a year after you account for your taxes and the HOA dues and your insurance costs and maintenance costs. I said we can't do that. We can't do that. We can't support a $200,000. So in order to get that payment that we need, which is about $500 to maybe $550 to get the cash flow at $100, we have to come in at about $140,000, right? So if we do $140,000 times 0.75, that's going to be your mortgage, right? So let's go back over here to our trusty Brett Whistle. Okay, so at a mortgage of $105,000. Okay, same interest rate. Our payment is about $563. Okay, which is, we're going right here. Right, so I came up with $140,000. So if we did a purchase price of $140,000, got that mortgage of $105,000, but putting 25% down, that means your mortgage payment would be about $563. And boom, now we have some cash flow. That's for your year, $1,744 for the year. So you are going to take thousands of dollars and you're going to invest it in this property, take the risk of all the things that can go wrong, the risk of the tenants not paying, the risk of damage to the house, and you're going to make $1,700 for the year. That's what happens. You make $1,700 for the year. Okay? But that's at $140,000. This is how we have to calculate things. So if you're going to sell your home that's rented, you've got to take a look and see, is it worth selling? It might be worth holding on until the tenant moves. And when the tenant moves, then you can sell. As I said, this house vacant. If we were to sell it vacant, I would list it for $199,000. I like to just come in right under that number. Make everyone finds it. We'd come in at $199,000. I guarantee you we would sell in about 2 or 3 days in today's market, probably for between $200,000 and $205,000. Okay, but not while it's rented. No one is going to come in and spend $200,000 on a house and rent it for $1,250 and lose money every month. No one's going to do it. Don't get angry at me for making the offer or telling you, okay? It's just numbers. It's not personal. And so I tell the guy, I said, this is not personal. This is just numbers. And, he wasn't very happy to hear that. And I understand. You think you have a number in your head and someone comes in and knocks you out of your thought process. Nothing I can do about it. But here I am to show you that if you have a house that maybe you purchased at $100,000 and you rented it for $1,250 for the last 10 years, and now I think you're going to sell it for $200,000. You're not selling it for $200,000 with the $1,200 rental in place. All right. If you want a copy of this rental calculator sheet, just comment below. Give me your email. I'll send it to you. This is a great little tool. You just pump in a couple of numbers and instantaneously it gives you an idea of what a rental property would look like. Is it a good idea or a bad idea? Everything is kind of is preset for you. And this way I can analyze properties, a couple times an hour. I'll look and see, all right, it's worth pursuing. Oh, it's not worth pursuing. And in this case, it wasn't worth pursuing because he wanted too much. All right. Until next time, have a great day.